The Premier League season is back, and most importantly, West Ham United are back. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. West Ham versus Man City. We are here for the build-up and starting lineup reaction to talk all things team news before the game. I'm joined by a very tired, I think it's fair to say, Kieran, on all the way over in Australia. Kieran, give us a time check. What are you on?
What are we on, mate? We're on at midnight. That's what we're on.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Excited, though. It's hard to sleep anyway when it's the first game of the season, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm not the most confident, but I'm not bothered about this game. I reckon it's I think give it a shot. If we get something out of it, fantastic. I mean, I think it is the best time to play them before they get up and running and, they're winning game after game after game as they do. But they're not there yet. I mean, they've only had 2 pre-season games and a Charity Shield, and they've lost that. So, they might be a bit rusty. We might just catch them. So,
yeah. A lot of people have talked about pre-seasons and everything else, but I think that's just a clear and obvious example about you can have a fantastic pre-season, as Man United did, turn up in the Premier League and just look exactly the same as they did last year. United are still losing 2-0 at Old Trafford. So that just shows you how irrelevant pre-season is to when the Premier League starts, because we've had like a 1 out of 10 pre-season. We've been awful, but I'm confident that we'll turn up today.
Yeah, and I think there's something that Pep Guardiola just doesn't worry about pre-season. I don't think he's bothered. He's got that many bloody games in the season anyway. He's going to play 60 games, isn't he? And he's not that bothered about it. And I think he just gets them in training, get them back to what they do and what Man City do. And that's more important than playing bloody pre-season games. Because they are a load of nonsense. I don't think you learn much out of them. I know it's about match fitness, but even when you watch them, the intensity's not there. No. Is it really giving you match fitness?
They're not bothered, are they? They're not bothered at all. And as well for a team like Man City, who they know that they will go quite far in most competitions. They will play the maximum amount of games in the Carabao Cup, most likely the FA Cup, the Champions League, and the Premier League. It's just stupid, Apparently, as well, in the Brighton game, there was a clear penalty, and Daz just put it in there. It's all over Twitter. Brighton should have just done another penalty to make it 3-0. It's still 2-0 at Old Trafford. Things you love to see. Lawrence, hope you are well. Hammerhead, Wally, Alan as well. Evening, Jake. Evening, Kira. Man United down 2-0 is great. Let's hope we can do the same to City. I tell you what, some of the chants that the Brighton fans are singing, like you're going down with Palace. It's just brilliant. They are brilliant.
Is this at Old Trafford too?
Yeah, Old Trafford. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And they booed them all off at half time. They booed them all off at half time. What's the odds of Man United going down 2-1 on? It's happening. But anyway, we are 12 minutes away from the starting lineup being announced. We heard on David Moyes' press conference a few days that Scamacca will not be available. Well, I think that might be a smokescreen. Don't take my word for it, but he's been pictured in the walking in videos. X has said that he's travelled with the squad. There's a very big chance, putting 2 and 2 together, you're going to make 4, and he could be in the squad. Fingers crossed he is on the bench, or maybe starting. Who knows? What are you expecting from today's lineup, Kieran?
Yeah, I'm expecting more or less the same lineup we had last season. I presume that Ogbonna won't be fit enough, so I'm expecting Dawson and Zuma to take the part. And it's all about them. Does he go 3 at the back, or does he go with the back 4? If he does the 3, then I think it'll be Cresswell. And then we might have young Johnson on the left and Soufal on the right with right Soucek. Bowen Antonio, and then one other. I'd say Fornals. Fornals for me. But I think it'll be more or less that. I'd love to see Scamacca even if he might as well sit on the bench as a second goalkeeper, mightn't he?
Yeah, exactly. They all say that he's not match fitness. These athletes can't be that bad that they can't give us 10 minutes at the end of the day. Exactly. But I do think it's going to be interesting because David Moyes has hinted that he's going to try different formations in different press conferences. He said that he might, to be fair, he said he might use Masuaku in a back 5, but we've lost Masuaku now, to some people's delight.
Yeah.
So the options with the back three is you'd put Creswell in just to kind of protect him in this game, because he could very easily get massively exposed today. So if you put him, kind of like cover him up as a third centre-back, you either put Fornals or you put Johnson on the left-hand side as a wing-back, because he's put Fornals there before. He'd probably put Johnson there, and then he'd put Soufa on the right-hand side, Benrahma, Fornals, Lanzini, Antonio Bowen. They sort themselves out at the end of the day.
Whatever mix he wants to put of them in. Yeah. I've got a funny feeling it'd be Fornals. Yeah, Fornals, Bowen, Antonio. Is that right? Yeah. Maybe a Lanzini. I can't see Benrahma starting, but who knows? Maybe he's been impressing in training, and you might get him run.
Yeah. Luke, hope you are. Here he goes. Look, nervous and excited, British, like a Spanish interview. Very funny, Luke. Very funny. But that's right. That's right. Just while we wait for Kieran, how are you all thinking? And one thing I want to talk to you about is the goalkeeper position, because of course we've signed Areola down to a permanent deal at the club. The big question is, does Fabianski remain in goal, or does our new signing Areola starting goal? Now, in my opinion, I think it's time for Fabianski to step aside and do the Europe and Cup games. In my opinion, I think it's got to be Areola, but we are talking about Moyes here, so it's most probably going to be Fabianski. We all wanted to be Areola. Most of us wanted to be Areola. But the question is, Kieran, Fabianski or Areola?
There you go. Toss this coin. Heads. Oh, that's Fabianski.
Good stuff.
Mate, obviously, any team that buys a keeper like Areola, he starts, doesn't he? But we've got Moyes. Pope straight in, didn't he? Straight in for Newcastle. And not that he had a lot to do yesterday. It's the easiest debut he's ever made in his life. But I don't know with Moyes. I think Areola's a start, but if Fabianski gets the call, it just don't surprise me.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
Lawrence says no draws in this round of games. Well, I'd be surprised, I think there'll be a draw in this game. Most West Ham fans are predicting a draw. We all know what Kieran's going to predict, a West Ham win, but I did
on another channel, Jake. But I had my negative head on. That's before we signed Cornet. So
right, I see. James, hope you well. Good afternoon, all birthday boy and Queenslander. Hope you well, mate.
Because I love to say that,
Luke says, I would be ecstatic with a 0-0. Would you take a 0-0 if I give it to you now, Kieran?
Yeah, I would. I'd rather have an entertaining game, but any point in the first game of the season against Man City. It weren't that long ago, Jake, we were expecting to lose 5-0 to this team, wasn't it? The first game of the season, and did. So we've come a long way since then. We've given them a couple of games since Moyes been around. And the 2-2 draw, I know we've done really well on that 2-2. The third goal was needed. We didn't quite get it, but we could have done. We had enough chances. And then they came back. They do their usual, don't they? In that game, they came back strong, players off the bench, and just hammered us there for the last half hour, and got a couple of goals, missed a penalty, but we hung on and got a lovely point. Could that happen today? Yeah, that could be a bit rusty. My worry is, I think Grealish will be unleashed for them this year now that Sterling's left, and I think you might see more of Grealish, and he might be more of a threat to us, unless Soufal decides to do him again. I don't know. It could be tough, but I'd love a point, mate. Take it, whatever it is.
Yeah, because I think, it does show how far we come. I think we played them first game of the season in 2019, and we were thinking if we get away with less than 4 or 5, we'll do well. And I think that was a 5-0 game, and we don't have that mentality anymore, because you look at it and we gave them 3 good games last year. They beat us at our place, but it wasn't really convincing. They beat us, but it wasn't a thumping. We beat them in the Carabao Cup, and we had them behind 2-0 at half time at our place towards the end of the season. They won't like playing us because they know we're going to go into this with no fear. And yes, we might set up a little bit more defensively, but we've still got to give them the respect they deserve. But at the end of the day, we're not going to sit back and just let them come on to us. We're going to make this a good game.
I think we are, and the only thing with that is Pep Guardiola won't like that. He'll look at last year and go, "Hang on, we had 3 games against them, and this is one team we never dominated or made sure we won the game and took all the points." And the only headache with that is we're basically fielding the same team again, and maybe I think Pep will go right there. He might have a plan. Now, whether the team are up to that plan, first game of the season, I don't know. But I think he might approach it a bit differently. And, of course, they've got that I don't know, some 2-bob striker called Haaland, apparently. Apparently he scores goals.
I prefer Antonio.
They might use him.
Let's talk a little bit more about Man City, because they've got a couple of defensive issues in terms of Aymeric Laporte's out injured, so I think Nathan Ake will probably start, or John Stones will be alongside Ruben Diaz. I mean, it's not a bad couple of replacements to come in, is it? But they'll have players like Walker, Cancelo. Their team is full of quality and it's full of pace.
It is, and like I say, I'm not a great fan of Ake. I've never really rated him. I reckon he's a sort of a second-rate sort of centre half for me. Yeah. But Stones, I think Stones was terrible for a while, and then Guardiola got hold of him, and I thought he was one of the best centre halves in the Premier League there for a while. Thought he was absolutely superb. What they do lack, though, now they sold Zinchenko, is that left back. We don't. He's gone, and they didn't get the left back they wanted. So that's probably one place they're short. Well, there's one position that they don't have 3 or 4 that they can put in there. But the fact is that they're on the attack so much, Man City. They're happy with just 3 wandering round the back, aren't they? They don't really need a back 4. They're mostly up front anyway. They're left back and right back.
Yeah.
So.
We have got a little bit of early. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The West Ham Way have put on Twitter, we believe to be the lineup. We are 2 minutes away from it, and my eyes hurt looking at it, if I'm honest with you. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, I can't believe it's going to be a problem. No,
it is. He is. I'll just read it. Fabianski in goal, a back 4 of Soufal, Johnson, Zuma and Creswell, Rice and Souček and Lanzini is the midfield 3, I presume, and then Bowen, Fornals and Antonio up front. That's not the confirmed lineup, but that's from the West Ham Way, so 9 times out of 10 this will be correct. Dawson is missing through a thigh injury. Ben Johnson is at centre-back. Now, my question is, where's this a Diop to start with? That's my question.
So we've got 1 fit centre-back. Is that what they're saying?
We've got 1 centre-back starting today, apparently.
Yeah, 1 fit. So and no centre-backs on the bench, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, we are a minute away from the official lineup. United have scored. That's disappointing. Hold on, Brighton, please. Chris says, I think Haaland will be more up for it today, especially after his poor performance last week. I don't think he's going to hit the ground running. I think it's going to take him a bit of time. I don't think he's going to have I think he'll score today, but I don't think he's going to have too big of an impact. That makes no sense, but I do still think he's going to score. Miss Hammerat, hope you're well. Afternoon. Oh, hey, Jake and Kieran. Dawson injured indeed.
Okay.
What's happening to thigh injury, we seem to believe, and it's not looking good. I'm just going to get the West Ham Twitter page up just so we get the official confirmation, but I'd be surprised if this is wrong, to be honest. Here we go. Starting lineup then. Oh my god, it's right. Scamacca's on the bench, but that's the only positive about it. Just why don't you start Areola? No Diop on the bench, so he's injured. We've got no centre-backs on the bench.
This is why you shouldn't bother with this pre-season bollocks, should you? Shouldn't bother with it.
No, because we've
lost everyone at the back.
because we've lost Agwerd, we've now lost Diop, wherever he's gone, I don't know. We've lost Dawson. I was saying we don't need to sign another centre back. Scrap that. We need to sign another centre back. This is the official lineup and the official graphic. I read it to you a second ago. Fabianski, Soufal, Zuma, Creswell, Johnson, Rice, Souček, Lanzini, Bowen, Fornals, Antonio. The only thing that's changed there, which I would think has changed, is that they've put Creswell next to Zuma, which I think could mean they're putting Creswell at centre back, which would make more sense in my opinion to limit him slightly, because I mean Johnson's not a centre back. I prefer to see Johnson out wide than in a central position because it's going to not expose Creswell as much. What do you make of that then, Kieran?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to be, Jakey. Creswell's going to cut alongside Zuma, and God, even in pre-season, any balls over the top at the back stick there over Creswell, he was getting out jumped and they were scoring from him. That's a worry. It's a real worry. Wow, that's a real worry.
My optimism has dropped quite substantially, if I'm honest. Let's have a look at the subs bench. 2 subs make a return for West Ham: Areola and Randolph, accompanied by Ashby, Coventry, Downs, Okoflex, Vlasic, Ben Rama and Scamacca. That's an atrocious bench. That's an atrocious bench.
Right.
So we've got...
my biggest gripe, Jay, was, look, even that last game of the season against Brighton, and I looked at our bench and I went, oh, God, what have we got on there to change this game? Now we've got less. Right, so we had
let's dissect that subs bench. We've got 2 goalkeepers. We've got one defender, Ashby. We've got 2 centre midfielders, Coventry and Downs. We've got 2 strikers, Okoflex and Scamacca. And we've got 2 creative players, Ben Rama and Vlasic.
Yeah.
It's not great, is it?
I think that's quite scary. Scamacca's on though. You can have a little look, can't you?
That's the only positive with it.
That's the only positive. Because go on, get some. We could be 4-0 down. Get Scamacca on. Get him a round of applause and welcome to the London Stadium, old Gianluca.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my 2-0 I predicted last week. We're losing 2-0 now.
Yeah. Fredericks was sold. Fredericks is gone. We've got no pace in Fredericks on the bench because he's gone to Bournemouth. We've lost Yarmolenko. I mean, we've lost Crow, which doesn't make any difference really. But it's just frustrating, that he hasn't started Areola. I mean, just why not, please? It's frustrating that we haven't got any centre-backs.
Yeah, and we've signed 5 players, and 5 players, and not one of them's there either.
Yeah, 2 of them are on the bench, or 3 of them are on the bench. But apart from that, nothing. That's deflating. That really is deflating. Put your comments into the chat. What do you make of that starting lineup then? I don't even want to look at the Man City lineup, but I'm going to have a look anyway. Let's see if the big man... Go on.
Areola might be delighted he's not starting this game.
Yeah. Haaland starts is the news for Manchester City. What a surprise. I'm going to bring that lineup up onto your screen any second now. I can confirm to you Ederson starts in goal, just as this graphic loads up. Here we go. So we've got Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Ake, Cancelo, Rodri, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Foden, Haaland and Grealish. The subs bench isn't actually that strong. Moreno, Phillips, Stones, Alvarez, Bernardo, Mahrez, Palmer, Lewis and Wilson, Esbrand. There's a few youngsters on there on the bench, but they've still got Mahrez, Alvarez on the bench. But at the end of the day, that's a very good back 4. Rodri, good. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland, Grealish. It just keeps going.
Average. We'll smash them, mate. We'll smash them at average.
Yeah. Talking of average, should we bring somebody average on?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
That was a good segue, Jacob. That was good.
You're right, Franco.
Yeah. You know what?
Are you scared? Because I am.
No, I was. And then I saw the lineup. And then I was just a little depressed. And then I thought, you know what? It's the London Stadium. It's the first game of the season. Anything can happen. I mean, look, I haven't seen Haaland play except for in the Community Shield. And I could have scored the chance that he missed.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, he's rubbish, mate. He's rubbish.
Yeah. let's keep our optimism for at least another hour and a half, all right? If we're 4-0 down at half time, well, at that point, the diet's out the window and I'm probably unconscious at the bar. But at least before that, let's hope. They could...
We are. We've all got hope, Adam. We've all got hope, mate. We've all got hope. I think, look, if we'd just had that, 2 centre-halves, I wouldn't be so concerned. But to not only start with Zuma and, Cresswell, that's worrying. And you've got a beast of a monster like Haaland up there.
What's Cresswell ever done wrong defensively to cost us in games?
Never, nothing really. Don't know what we wrote about.
But as well as the fact is that the injury to Dawson must be quite serious because he we now publicly know that he played through injury last season. It couldn't have been really bad, obviously, but it mustn't be good. And I'm a little bit disappointed that there's a chance that he won't play next week because I just haven't seen him play for a few months and I need to see Dawson play. Yeah, I know.
Championship, Craig.
Oh, shut up. Better than Cresswell. That's all we got. I don't know where Diop's gone. Diop's just ghosted us wherever he's gone.
Are we selling him or something? I mean, is he not even in the squad?
No,
oh no,
not in the squad.
Only room for Ashby as far as the defender goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's worrying. I mean,
but as well is the thing I can't understand as well is take one of the goalkeepers off the bench. What happens if Zuma pulls up 10 minutes in? We haven't got a centre back on the bench. What are we going to do? Put one of the youngsters on the bench. Put Longella, whatever his name is, or
obviously Rice steps back in then, doesn't it?
Rice will step back in there, and that doesn't do us any favours, does it? That does us no favours.
I mean, at this point, I don't know why they didn't just talk Mark Noble into coming back for another few months, because I'd rather have Mark Noble in the changing room and Mark Noble on the bench rather than 2 freaking goalkeepers. I mean, look, when I play FIFA, I don't even have 1 goalkeeper on the bench ever because it doesn't, like your goalkeeper's there for an emergency. And honestly, I actually think it's an embarrassment when you've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench because it shows if you have to put 2 goalkeepers on the bench, you're basically telling the rest of the league and all of your fans, we don't have a single squad. Our academy is crap. It's not good enough to produce players. I'd rather have a goalkeeper who, barring a miracle, will just have a really good seat to watch the game rather than an academy product who could come on and affect the game. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Bang on. Let's take some comments. Dodgy lineup. King Fabs ruling the sticks again. Yeah, well, I'd prefer to see Areola there personally. Hammerhead says, I said it yesterday. We'll only start with 1 centre back, and what's happening? Well, you must be David Moyes then, Hammerhead. Fab, Mr. Butterfingers. I mean, sure, I know you're taking a mate, but yeah, it's very true. First game of the season, it looks like West Ham struggling to name a lineup. It's unfortunate. Come on, we've got Ogbonna out injured, Aguerd out injured, Dawson out injured, Diop, I don't even know where he is, probably injured as well. It's 4 centre-backs injured.
Well, no. And, I had this argument, a discussion with Budgie a little while back. And he's going, he said something about bringing in another centre-half. This is about 5 weeks ago. I said, no, we don't need to forget the centre-half. We don't need any more of them.
That's what I said.
Got loads of them. And here we are, down to 1. And I'm going, for God's sake. What is going on?
Wally says City have 11 on their bench away. We are home and we only have 9 with 2 of them as keepers. That's all we got, isn't it? Apart from dipping into the academy, which Moyes has had to do with Oko Flex and Ashby on the bench today. You take those 2 out, we've got 5 players on the bench, barring the goalkeepers.
Yes, and if you look at the 5 subs rule,
got 5 subs.
Would you ever bring 5 of them on? Would you ever bring 5 of them players on? The kids and that. You wouldn't against Man City. We've really only got viable 2 players, I reckon, on there we could actually bring on. Maybe 3.
Adam?
God.
I mean, I can't help but think to myself, clearly defensively we're in a bit of trouble here. And I know it's not wing-backs that we've got problems with, but why are we letting off Masuaku go out on loan?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we literally only have 1 defensive option on that entire bench. And I mean, look, yes, Masuaku is no world beater, but would I rather he was on the bench instead of Darren Randolph? No offense to Darren Randolph, but yes, I would much rather.
Yeah.
5 subs. 5 subs. We're going to swap the goalkeepers at half time.
If we can lose all our centre halves, we probably could lose 2 goalkeepers in a game. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I would have put it past Moyes to bring on Areola at half time.
No, you would, because no one ever is going to predict David Moyes making a substitution before half time.
Yeah,
so you're right. The sentiment is right, but it's David Moyes, so it's not going to happen. Yeah. Oh,
sure. Let's talk about Man City then. I mean, it's not their strongest lineup in the world, is it? Let's just have a look at it again. And it's not their strongest bench in the world, but it's still decent. You know, they have got Ake on there who can be a liability in my opinion. I mean, Cancelo, Walker, Diaz, Edison, it's faultless, and Rodri, very good. De Bruyne, well, you know, Gundogan, good. Front three of Foden, Haaland, Grealish. I mean, it's not too shabby, is it? You know, they have got. Yeah. They have got unrecognisable players on that bench, you know, Moreno.
Yeah, they've also got at least 3 players that would walk into our starting lineup. Phillips would walk in instead of Souček. Stones would easily get into our team. And Mahrez, well, maybe Mahrez. I don't know. That's a debate.
But to be fair, they're probably going to win the league, aren't they? So it's, you know, it's easy to say that. But yeah, David Moyes will come on, add him to the bench, player manager, and Kevin Nolan. He'd do a job. Kevin Nolan today.
Forget David Moyes. Kevin Nolan. Bring Big Kev back with his little chicken dance.
Chicken dance, yeah. Hammerhead says he'll be warming up at half time, but won't come on till the 75th minute. I don't know who you're on about, but it's very true. It's very true.
That's absolutely true.
Let's go on to some predictions then. Before we do, where's Skamaka? He's on the bench, Sean. He is on the bench. But predictions, Kieran, let's start with you.
Yeah, I sort of done a prediction the other day, and like I said, before we signed Cornet, not that makes any difference now, does it? But after looking at that lineup, I think we'll lose 2-0, and I think Ireland will get his debut goal, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that's all it is now, after looking at that lineup, that we don't bloody get. We don't want to start the season with a slapping from them. We really have given them good games last season. 3 good games we had against them. I want to keep it going, you know, and we've caused them problems. And I hope we can still do that on the break. And that's how we done them last year. They love a high line. I want to see Antonio and Bowen, you know, at their best. And that's our only hope of, you know, getting at them is the counter attack. And Antonio and Bowen are crucial. So, and it'd be nice to give them some threat anyway. But yeah, it's not. I'm not confident at all now after looking at that.
But the question that's posed here is Fornals as a left wing back. Now that could be used because then that just gives that a little bit more solidity there, because you'd have Zuma, Creswell, and Soufal, I'd say, as the centre backs, and then Johnson and Fornals as the wing backs. Because the way it's wrote on the team sheet for the press lot, it goes Fabianski, Johnson, Creswell, Zuma, Soufal, Fornals. Oh, it's done by numbers, isn't it? Sugar. But anyway, forget about that. But could that be an option?
We go back and get that in post, Jake. We just edit that out.
Shut up. Do we think that could be an option for now, pushing back to a left wing back and giving us a little bit more defensive solidity?
No.
No.
Wasting my breath for that, and I, Jesus Christ, Luke.
I just wanted to see your face.
Sorry, lads.
Answered it like that. You know, I just wanted to see you complain about it, because there's nothing I like more than you whinging and crying. Yeah, I mean, look, we're already a slight liability defensively. I think, you know, Fornals, I mean, I just don't think he should be near the defense, really. I don't think it's, if anything, Rice might just drop a little deeper than normal. You know, just to give a little bit more support to the back line. But I'm still going to be confident. I think the only thing I'm holding on to, the little hope here, is Mikel Antonio. You know, he had a horrible end of last season. He was awful. But he was the most informed player. Did he get Player of the Month first month of the season, like Premier League? He like. Well, sorry, I thought you were a YouTuber that's supposed to know things about West Ham.
I do, but not given Player of the Month from last year.
Well, but Antonio was the on-form striker for the first couple of months of the season, and so
first month, and then that was it.
but that first month was incredible. So if he hits the ground running like he did last season, and also I think having Scamacca like some actual competition for his spot, I hope that we see. I hope we see a good Antonio. And then if we do, I'm going 1-1. That's as optimistic as I can come, but 1-1.
Yeah. My prediction was 1-1. I felt like changing it, but I'm not going to. I'm, great minds think alike sometimes, not now. 1-1 was my prediction. To be fair, Adam, you probably just watched the preview and copied mine, didn't you? But
did you already predict that? You already predicted?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
I was about to accuse you of copying me because I don't watch YouTube, so I didn't hear that. But yeah.
Yeah, cool.
You're my hero though, so I guess I do look up some predictions.
Yeah, exactly. Hammerhead says 2-1 West Ham. Kieran's talking sense. I'm just dreaming. Brighton still 2-1 up against United. Come on, Brighton.
Come on, Brighton.
Wally says we played wing backs a lot during the preseason, so maybe that's the formation. Yeah, David Moyes has stressed that he could be trying out different formations, and I mean, a perfect time to use a back five now, I think.
I think so. Well, look what I've got here, Jake. I haven't opened it yet. I'm saving it, but this is from West Ham Clips.
Oh,
is it a clue to their identity? We will find out.
Is there like a return address where it came from, so you can track him down?
No, I did look for that already, but I will be searching a little more when I open it up for any sort of clue possible.
Okay.
I'll be a North London address. You know it will.
Charlie will.
I thought you were about a Tottenham fan, but actually you probably are because he don't support West Ham. He just tries to detract people from West Ham. Does he who may not be named? We don't want to,
Yeah. Get it fingerprint tested. Well, now it's got your club all over it now, isn't it?
Well, but this box inside the bag I have not touched yet. Ooh. So maybe I'll use gloves so that we can keep it. No, because I don't really want to know, do I? It's better to think it's the scumbag, the anti-West Ham fan, the spy who tries to get people to not watch West Ham United, Charlie Walsh.
James says yet another clean sheet for fabulous Fabianski. 2-0 West Ham. Antonio. That does. That deserves a clap.
Smoked a bong to think that prediction, but I love the prediction.
And as well today, don't forget the 33rd minute if you are there, or if you want to in your living room, hopefully get as many people doing it as possible, clapping for Peach on his lucky number on the 33rd minute today, wherever you are in the world. Adam will already be 4 shots in by then, but it is what it is. I'm
going to try and on this diet I haven't really been drinking, so I can't be too crazy. I've got a lot of friends. A lot of my church friends are coming to their first ever game as well. So I want to try and be a good example. But if Haaland scores in the first couple of minutes, it's not going to be a good day.
Do you know we look like brothers? Look at us. There's no difference, is there? I just need more of that. I just need a hat, and then we're done. Then, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I wish you were my little brother instead of my actual little brother, because you're cool.
I've got something for Peachy. Do you know you lot on these YouTube all have your green screens? Right. Look what I found. See if it comes on.
Well, we can't see it yet.
Oh no,
it does feel like Peach. This feels exactly like Peach, not having a clue what you're doing. Hammerhead, we will do an unboxing. It will be the last ever Franklin Peach show. It might be a couple of weeks, but yes, it is.
Hello. The disco started in the Kieran household at quarter to 1 in the morning. Look at that.
Mate, it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas in August.
What do you do?
I mean,
that's brilliant. There we go. There we go. You've all been treated to something this afternoon. You know, you can go and watch everybody else, but you wouldn't have seen that this afternoon at 1:15 in Brisbane.
Somebody annoyed the neighbours. I think it's designed to stick in front of your house at Christmas time and let the place light up.
Yeah.
And God, it really does light up. It's amazing. But it is Christmas. Well, we do celebrate Christmas in July in Australia.
Do you?
A lot of the Poms do, yeah, because it's colder, you know, and Christmas is so hot. They do it in July here. Big weekends away, Christmas in July. So a bit late.
Yeah. Let's do some final thoughts then. My favourite question, Kieran, you would have heard this many times, but you know, Adam, you're a bit of a novice to this game, aren't you?
Novice.
10 minutes until kick-off. You're in the dressing room. You've got the job of David Moyes. You're taking the final team talk. What are you saying to the lads before you go out there?
What am I saying? I say, look, boys, have you looked at our bench? Right?
Yeah. You're not better do it.
We've got no one on it, so none of you get injured, right? Let's see if you, Fabianski, mate, you better have the game of your life because, mate, he's sitting there and he's a bit disappointed not starting. But, boys, I think you've got to be tight. Don't be silly. Be really tight at the back and be solid. You, Mr. Rice, sit back there. I don't want you bombing up forward. Your job now is to be the best you can be in the position you're best at, and that's defensive midfielder. You are the best in the country at it. Let's see it today. See De Bruyne? Don't give him a kick. Right? See Haaland, Zuma? Smash him. Right? See Tuchel? See that Grealish? Put him back in your pocket. Let's go. We can do them. We can do them.
Kieran, that is one of your best.
Even I believe now. I'm changing my prediction.
You're going to change my prediction like that. I'm changing my prediction.
That's your best one yet. That's your best team talk yet, Kieran. That was brilliant. Cheers to that.
No one can.
We're having it.
Go on then, Adam.
There might be a different talk at half time, but
yeah.
Well, I can't follow that. How
yes, you can.
Follow that. All right.
Well,
after David Moyes, I'll do the Kevin Nolan thing. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, well done, boys, and then I'm gonna go to Randolph, be like, all right, remember what we've been working on about defending set pieces as a centre back? You know, we might need you to come in when Cresswell pulls up injured. So we know we've put you in pre-season training as a centre back. Just please remember, Darren, don't punch the freaking ball. Okay? We only can use your head in the area when we bring you on as a centre back. Remember that. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. And look, Brighton have won.
Yes. Well done, United. Well done.
Right,
good stuff.
Man United. I want to
well
start.
Done, Brighton.
What we'll have with this first round of games, Fulham, you know, getting a result against Liverpool. You know what I mean? That's a great result. Who beat Villa? Was it Bournemouth?
Bournemouth,
beating
yeah.
Villa. And, you know, Bournemouth were the favourites to go down. Now we've got Brighton beating Man United. You know, it's not all set in stone, this top six, even though we sort of all think it is. You know, Tottenham are the only ones really come out with flying colours is Tottenham, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say that, but they have. So who's to say we can't get a result today? We've got to believe. We've got to believe we can.
As well, even though even Klopp had to scrape the barrel with excuses the other day. He had to say the pitch was dry.
Yeah, true.
Idiot.
I got to run because I've still got to drive to the pub. So
here we go. Yeah, all about the drink, innit? Yeah.
Well, no, it's just all about where I watch the game, Jacob.
Well, I want you here for the review because I need review people.
Well, review people. I'm going to be at the pub, aren't I? And depending on the game, I might follow a link depending on the result. We'll see. Potentially, you know, some of my famous friends might be there as well. So
yeah, just go to the pub. Just go to the pub.
Bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Love you lives. See you.
See ya. What time does coverage start? I presume 4:00. Yeah. Shiny G, afternoon, Jakey and Hammers, quietly confident for today, even after seeing that lineup. Shiny, I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. Luke says we wanted a draw there. Don't want Brighton out of being good. Yeah, but it's always nice to have a laugh at United, isn't it? So we'll just worry about it later. So there we go. That's the build-up show done. We are 35 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium with a record West Ham attendance at the London Stadium with 62,500 fans. The price of beer's gone up. The price of the programme's gone up. So all of you lot there, enjoy yourself at £7.60 a pint. Don't get drunk because you'll have to remortgage your house. So thanks for watching.
Before you go.
Yeah, exactly. Kieran, thank you very much for coming on. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, hopefully so, Jake. We'll enjoy it. It's the start of the season. Win or lose or draw, mate. You know, it's the start of the season. I'm glad it's back. I hated this pre-season. Hated it. So I'm glad it's back, and we can watch football again. So, and good luck to the boys and good luck to everyone that's travelling there and enjoy the game.
Exactly. From me and Kieran, come on, you irons, and we'll catch you soon on the final whistle. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right here on West Ham Unofficial. Bye-bye.
See you later.